It's going. Yeah, it's going. Rick was actually so good to see you. Yeah, vacation in class right now. And he's head of production. And so yeah, it's been good. We got our first job a little while ago. It went well. So it's just it's Rick's company was a little bit. He had kind of like semi-retired over the last few years. So we're Paul got a better offer. He said go take it, so he didn't really know what to do with it. It's working out. So it's just a matter of sort of This is late actually. Out of town, yeah. Oh, okay.
Uh-oh, someone had an accident.
Was saying hi.
Wasn't me. Welcome, everybody. Meeting's going to get started in about 10 minutes. If you haven't already, please go get your lunch. And we'll get started in about 10 minutes or less.
Hi, Gary. Birthday? Really? Get some food. Is that how it works? It is. How are you? Come on a little bit. Yeah.
We are, at his peak, I think he has maybe 10 brick and mortar guitar. We're reactivating some of those contractors. So in terms of actual employees, too.
When you spoke with Chuck Sawyer, he mentioned at the business roundtable. Finish your lunch, I'll tell you about it after.
Okay.
It's a group that meets monthly, just business owners from this club, helping each other do better business.
I come from a creative background, so the business part, I need guidance on it, I actually own two businesses now. My business, Cavalaris, I incorporated a little over a year ago. I was running it as a sole proprietor for incorporated a year ago. I did a lot of creation. And legally, my company is actually 5 years ago. Now I own 2 separate companies. So suddenly I'm CEO of 2 Yeah. Okay.
Business, one company, then just not transfer it together. Even every $3 you spend from out of the right fund.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Right, so suddenly I go from being a sole proprietor a few years ago. Focus on scaling up, hiring a team, and all that kind of stuff.
Actually, back in 2008, I started for logistics. My wife and I went to Logistics has 85,000 members. What is Logistics? Logistics is all they do is supervise. And you're going to spend $40,000 a month. So my wife and I actually founded it here. We were part of a very big network. One of the Rotary, I was asked to do this, and I knew what I was doing. We wanted to attract younger members to Rotary. I know. So the group has been meeting for 7 years. And it's worth far more than I love it. Guys supposed to come up and talk to me. I'm always part of this job and I want to join the discussion.
How's business, Casper? Good? Consummated your deal, is that true?
Oh yeah, it's done deal. Yeah, good.
Don't mind, I'm got a little closer.
We got our customers flying. We're working no money. That was good. And then I did 2 full weeks. I was editing another project. Still a lot of friends. Well, so you're young. What are you supposed to do? I've been a little bit MIA in the last couple weeks because of that. I'm just coming out of that now.
Probably Beethoven, Stravinsky, Debussy, usually trombone.
Nope, not usually. I gotta go around and be the host, go to all the tables and shake the hands and show the babies. I know how it is. I did. Too many calories.
Did you?
No, I started with I don't normally have lunch though anyway. So it's really not that different.
Do you want to know why I play trombone? Why? Because I went into the music teacher and I said I want to play clarinet. She said those words protrude a little bit. I have a hard time making an embouchure for clarinet. Would you like like to play trombone. When I got to high school, I had to get braces to correct those aforementioned teeth. My teachers that allowed me to conduct the brass choir rather than play trombone. That was my introduction to scores and the composition of the whole.
That's cool.
And now I'm in a 501c3 College Indian. Our slogan is create an unsafe space for the beautiful.
We're going to get started in just a minute, but you each have 1 minute at the mic.
I'm going to have a minute 15 at times if I have 15 seconds and I have to say something to Mitch. Is that allowed?
It's supposed to be 1 minute.
I know.
1 minute.
I know.
1 minute.
I'm 50,
Or else.
so he can have 2 of my seconds.
You can sell him 2 of your seconds.
Yeah.
You gonna? Get his lunch now. I like to start a few minutes early just to buy a few minutes. Because you never know when there's a past president going to be at the microphone.
Yeah, I timed this morning. I ran about 23 minutes. So, yeah.
So what I said earlier, Al? Yeah, you got like 2.
Oh my God.
So he's, you know what he's talking about. It should dovetail. Now, if you I do have an extra glass of cold water.
That's assuming it's
That's just during your part.
I've got this kettle rod that I carry with me.
Do you? That's smart. Smart. Sasha has me wear this special collar when I'm at home.
I'm absolutely certain you'll be with me. How long have you been here?
Hello, Rob.
That's impressive. Welcome to the June 11th meeting of the Rotary Club of Tucson. And I just got to say, if there was gold medals being given out today, it would not be Bruce Jacobs that won. It would be Cliff Bowman. So congratulations, Cliff. First one up. I'm going to welcome up Chuck Sabalas to the mic for the pledge and song. He joined our club February 20th, 2025. Judiciary, retired, went to the University of Arizona. Chuck. Thank you, Chuck. Now the moment we've all been waiting for. No, it's not me being done being president. It's the inspiration. I'd like to welcome up Jeff. Did you just remember you're doing that, Jeff? You did? Okay, that's okay. Finish chewing. I'd like to welcome up Jeff Ronstadt, who joined our club August 9th, 2006. He's in insurance and risk management with Ronstadt Insurance, and he also went, just trying to buy you some time, to South Point, but more importantly, University of Arizona.
Woohoo! Go Wildcats!
All right, thanks for that really poor applause. I appreciate that. So, just so you guys know, just to indulge myself for a second,
Nope, 1 minute.
this will be the last time I get on the microphone during the reign of terror of Curtis, and I just like to say, Curtis, great job. Great job as president. So here's my invocation for today, my inspirational invocation for today. When chaos surrounds us, when illness strikes, or when something we've built is torn away by forces beyond our control, it's easy to feel swallowed by misfortune. But as Rotarians, let us remember, this is only half the story. The full truth of life includes the courage to rise, the strength to carry responsibility, and the quiet nobility of the human spirit. We are called not just to endure, but to act, to redeem what has been broken, to answer hardship with hope. Let us not forget the heroic part of existence, for in that remembrance we find meaning, purpose, and the will to carry on. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I need that. Thank you, Jeff. We got 2 weeks left. What's that? Is it the final countdown? Is that the song? Is it America that sings that one? Next, I'd like to welcome up Chris Dodge. Joined our club February 13th, 2020. Entertainment Music, Tucson Jazz Festival, University of Arizona, to welcome our guests and visiting Rotarians.
Thank you, Plant, in the room who started the clapping for me. I don't know who that was, but no, I do appreciate it. And welcome to everybody who's here visiting with us today. I'm going to call out your names, tell us who brought you here, and when I call out your name, please stand up so we can see you and say hello to you. So all the way over from the Catalina Rotary, say hello to Barbara Kiernan. Where's Barbara? Hi, Barbara. Welcome. Guest of Steve Pickering, Ann Pickering. Hi, Ann. You make Steve look much better. Yeah. I'm sure you've heard that before. Guest of Amy Graves. Say hello to Karen Carr. Hi, Karen. There you are. And now I'm putting on my glasses. That's what I should do. Guest of Amanda Wood, Leanne Liu. Hi, Leanne. Guest of Alan Schroep, Kevin Wong. Hey, Kevin. I have a lot of guests of Jeannie Zeta. So say hello to exchange student Karu Amano. Hi, Karu. Jessica Gonzalez. Jessica's right there. And if she comes back, we'll say hello to her. She will. And David Gonzalez. And he's right there. Okay. Nah, don't say hi to David. Brianna Gonzalez! Megan Pickering. Hi, Megan. Chase Pickering. Hey, Chase. Dimitri Clayton. Hi, Dimitri. Oh, Demetria. I'm sorry. Demetria. Yeah, find me. Yeah, put it on Curtis's bill, please. Julian Pimenta? How do you say that? Pimenta. How do you say your first name? Julian? Oh, they forgot the L. All right. Say hi to Julian, guys. Like Juian. Like I've never seen that name before. But Julian makes it's a lot easier. So thank you for changing your name for the Rotary Club of Tucson. Isaac Pimienta. Hi, Isaac. And Mateo from the same family. Say hi to Mateo. And guest of Wes Hernandez. Say hello to Eric Franco. There you are. Hi, Eric. And aside from the two missing Gonzalez, that's all I have for now. So back to you. What's that? that there is a young coming. So when I'm up here next, I will make sure we recognize them and embarrass them thoroughly. So yes, thank you. All right, back to you, Pres.
Thank you, Mr. Dodge. Steve Pickering, it's really good to see you, but I'm so grateful you brought Ann. It's much, much, much better to see her. Yes. And I know how you feel because it's the same way with Sasha and I, so I get it. I get it. Next, it's time for our program, and I'm going to welcome up Jim Lubinsky, retired, retailing books, this little place called Bookman's. Joined our club 12/3/2003. I'm missing something, and he was a past, is that on here? Past club president 2012-2013. That's over a decade ago. You should do it again sometime. Oh, they are in my dreams, definitely. And he went to the University of Illinois. Jim.
Thanks, President Curtis. I'm going to talk today about international projects and what our club's involvement has been with them. The Rotary Club of Tucson has a long history of supporting international projects. They have been wide in their variety. Some have been short-term, some have been long-term. One of the longer-term projects we did ran almost 20 years consecutively down in San Carlos, Mexico, where we would load up a bus of our Rotarians and go down around Christmas time, and we would throw a party for the kids in the local school. We would bring gifts, we would bring food. We also built the first library that school ever had. We built a soccer field for that school as well. And then in the adjoining fishing community that was just a couple of minutes away from San Carlos, we built a windmill water well so that they could have drinkable water without having to travel extensive distances to do that. Then, I don't know, maybe it was 10, 15 years ago now, Hurricane Jimena hit that area, and many of the people lost their homes and a lot of other things. We, at that point in time, organized a shelter box relief program that sent 50 shelter boxes down to San Carlos as well. And for those of you who are not familiar with shelter boxes, shelter box is a kind of a all-in-one self-contained unit for disaster relief for a family. So it will provide them with temporary housing via tent, cooking utensils, bedding, some foodstuffs and other necessities that will be able to sustain them until they can find a more permanent place to live or until their house gets repaired. And we have supported Shelter Box over the year as well. And each one of the Shelter Box units used to cost, I'm not sure what they cost right now, about $1,000 per unit. So we have often supported Shelter Box as well on an international basis. We've done just recently Ukraine war relief. We sent money over to support the relief for all of the victims of the Ukraine war. We have funded a mobile cancer screening bus for the remote parts of Mexico. We've contributed to the Kenya peace camps. And one of the largest projects we've ever done was in Hermosillo, and it was a project Emancier. And this project was headed up by doctors Doug Lowell, Gard Pierce, and Hugh Thompson. And this program ran from 1991 through 1996, and with the combination of international, district manching, and other Rotary clubs, including ours, the total money contributed to this project was over $450,000. And the objective of this project was to train local doctors and medical staff in pediatric cardiology and pediatric surgery. So our doctors would go down, train the doctors down in Hermosillo. Those doctors and nurses also would come up to TMC, and they would be trained in the appropriate procedures for this cardiac surgery. We also provided the necessary equipment and supplies. Over 50 surgeries were completed during this time frame and during that funding. And again, the hope was that once we left in 1996, that the medical team would be well enough established down there that they would be able to provide this pediatric cardiac care. Just over the last 5 years alone, our club foundation has contributed over $60,000 to various international projects. One of the larger projects that I want to highlight was the Nogales Wheelchair Project, which was completed in 2010. We teamed with the University of Arizona and Dr. Duke Duncan to help build a Rough Rider wheelchair manufacturing facility in Nogales, Sonora. And the facility was going to be staffed by handicapped individuals making wheelchairs for handicapped individuals. And the wheelchairs were all custom made. They were designed for rough terrain, wider front wheels, longer wheelbase, bigger wheels in the back, and then custom sized for the individuals so that they could negotiate the more rougher terrain. You know, they don't have nice smooth sidewalks in a lot of places. So we tried to establish this factory for them down there. The initial funding came from an international grant of $16,500, district matching funds of $10,000. Our club foundation kicked in initially $12,000, and then we received $1,000 from a Rotary Club, our international partner in Nogales, Sonora. Subsequent to that, we also contributed money towards a mobile van that would go out into the community that would do prosthetic fitting and wheelchairs and other things for the individuals who couldn't make it into this facility. Last week, I was honored to accompany Dr. Duncan, who is now 92 years old, down to Nogales, Sonora. And I got to see the project firsthand and see what it's doing 15 years after we kicked it off. So from humble beginnings, we have gone quite a way. So up on screen, our SOBO, as the project was called, and that stands for Arizona Southern Border Alliance. And we currently have a factory down there now that was started as a 1,000 square foot little dingy thing in a warehouse. They now have a 6,500 square foot mortgage-free facility. The property was donated by the city of Nogales, and then all of the local factories contributed to the build-out for it. So they have a 6,500 square foot facility with 14 full-time employees, 38 volunteers. The wheelchairs still make up a large portion of the services that they provide, and over the last 15 years, they've constructed over 800 all-terrain wheelchairs, all customized for the individuals who are going to receive them. They also said that there's a special race that takes place in Hermosillo each year, and some handicapped individuals participate, and they build the racing wheelchairs for these handicapped individuals, and then they get to keep them after the race as well. Something that has happened subsequent to our initial involvement is they now do prosthetics. Hanger from Tucson in here has trained 4 individuals down in Mexico. All of them are all with their own prosthetic leg as well. And they have delivered 760 prosthetic limbs and orthotics over the 15 years. They have all the tools necessary to fabricate all of these things in Nogales. They've cut down the fabrication time from 2 months to 7 days. And the van that I mentioned now is a mobile unit that will go out into the community and is able to measure and fit and then ultimately deliver these prosthetic devices and the wheelchairs to the individuals and for the ones who are unable to get there, because we're dealing with the lower end demographic of the population down there. This is all for people who can't afford these on their own and for people who don't have insurance to fund them. In addition to that, they now have a school for deaf. They've partnered with the University of Arizona SLHS department, and that department donated a soundproof room where they do hearing tests for the people down there as well. They have local residents trained to test hearing and to make models for ear canals and develop the hearing aids. They've done over 700 individual hearing aids over the last 15 years as well. So all told, they've completed over 3,000 services over the last 15 years. They've benefited adults and children with disabilities from 97 cities in Mexico, from 13 states in Mexico, and also migrants from Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras. They are the recipient of the Andy Nichols Award for Community Service for a vulnerable our society, and they're named one of the best or top 10 binational collaboration programs along the Mexico and U.S. border. So You can see there's the facility as it exists today. A little bit different than, I know Joni was down there when we went down, and she can remember this is a little bit different than what it looked like then. That's Kiko. Kiko is the director down there, and without Kiko, I'm not sure how this thing would keep going, but he's showing one of the prosthetic devices that they're working on. The physical rehab laboratory that they have there, and also this is where they fit and work with the new patients. One of the workbenches for the prosthetics. That's part of the hearing aid audio facility there. And again, more of the hearing aid. And there's Kiko and Dr. Duncan in the lobby of this facility. So you can see it's come a long, long way in the last 15 years, and we can all be proud of the fact that we had an integral part in starting this. And talking with Duke when I was down there, he said this project never would have happened without the Rotary Club of Tucson and Rotary International funding it, because they were broke. They had no more money, and they had nothing else that they could do with that. One of the main takeaways from all of this is that it's really critical to have a strong international partner when you're doing these projects. So we struggled in Nogales with this, finding a Rotary Club that would support us. I know the Hermosillo project benefited greatly because there were certain instances where they were having problems importing the appropriate equipment and getting the appropriate license, and some of the well-connected Rotarians in those areas stepped forward and were able to get that all done. So that's just a taste of what our club has done in the international arena over the last X number of years. Now, for the main part of the program, I want to introduce Elijah Ndoye, L. El was born and raised in Senegal, West Africa, and he moved to Tucson, Arizona in June of 1995. He's a proud University of Arizona alumnus. El has built a successful career in banking with over 20 years' experience within the Tucson community. He's the founder and executive director of the Forgotten Children, a registered nonprofit foundation that supports orphaned, impoverished, and homeless children in Mabor, Senegal. An accomplished musician, El blends his world contemporary styles with traditional African instruments. He's also the author of Dream on Seydou, a memoir of a Senegalese immigrant. El has volunteered with Casa de los Niños and Big Brothers and Big Sisters, remains actively involved in local initiatives. He's a past chairman of the Greater Oro Valley Chamber of Commerce and a member of our club. We were very happy to have him since November of 2023. El?
Thank you very much for that introduction, Jim. Really appreciate that. I told Curtis he has two missions. If he sees me dozing off, I just flew back from Africa last night, literally. So he can elbow me or throw some cold water, and that'll wake me up. But yeah, we're going to do this. So thank you so much for having me again. Wanted to make a presentation to talk to you about the international program that we're working on right now. The Forgotten Children was started in 2010, and helping street children, underprivileged kids, and we're going to learn more about that as we go forward. Oops. There we go. If I know how to work this thing. There's a little delay in there, so. All right. That's what we're doing, a global grant to improve economic opportunities for youth and community in Senegal in West Africa. The members, we have the international sponsor as the Rotary Club of Tucson, and as Jim said, it's so important to have a local partner, and we do, and I met with them just last week when I was in Senegal, and they're all ready to help us out and get this thing moving. The international sponsor, the Rotary Club of Tucson, and I cannot thank you guys enough for everything that's been done and will continue to be done. And then the whole sponsor, like I said, the Dakar Millennium is going to be our sponsor helping us, with this project. How did this idea for a Rotary project begin? This me when I used to have hair. I'm standing right there in the middle of that piece of land that I bought years ago to build a boarding school for the children. And that's where it all started. So with a vision and a dream, here we are. Building a home and a school for these forgotten children. This is literally a picture of one of the street children's. So I always let that marinate for a little bit so you can see why we do what we do. 39% of Senegal lives below the poverty line. That's huge. Here we are blessed, and we still complain. So think about that for a minute. In Dakar, the capital, 1.6 million, and this number has gone up. 40,000 child beggars that we see every single day hit the streets. I took that picture as well. So while we're complaining about life, others need a blanket. Be thankful, be kind, be involved, make a difference. So when my kids talk about the blanket is not soft enough, let that marinate for a little bit. The need is great, and that's why we're here and doing what we do. This is the school. So after many years, it took me 8-9 years to build the school. And that's the final product right there. And the school is going to be the vocational training venue. We are fortunate, thank you. So with this project, we have the venue already, and that's what we're going to use to make sure that everything goes well. So out of a single effort to build a school came the idea of a Rotary Global Grant to help an entire community. And when I say an entire community, I literally mean that. And just 2 days ago before I left, I was able to visit with them, and they have one message for you guys: just thank you. The project hasn't started yet, but they can see the benefit of what it's going to accomplish. So the school, the kids in there say thank you, and the community in large says thank you. As you know, we cannot do a program like this without talking to the community. This is not about what Rotary wants. It's about what the community needs. So we did a community assessment. We spent a lot of time talking to them, understanding what the needs are and what we can do to help them out. The overwhelming desire: reduce the number of people living in poverty and reduce the number of people forced to immigrate to survive. You've seen the news. Young kids taking boats. Last year when I was there in December, in my own neighborhood, a boat with 200 people vanished in the ocean. And that continues to happen. 10 of them live in my own neighborhood, and I knew them. And this continues to happen, and that's what we're trying to eliminate and help with this program. So this is going to be a 2-year vocational training program, and we titled it Donner du pouvoir, which is French, and that means empower the future. A direct instruction in occupational knowledge and skills, mentored apprenticeships in local businesses. We're going to provide career counseling and job placement assistance, and outreach program for area schools and communities. And the main goal is to improve the economic opportunities for youth and community in Senegal and West Africa. The method that we're going to use is to develop a model educational program that increases the capacity of schools like the Forgotten Children. Hands-on. And the goal is to prepare young people and community members for jobs. That's what they need. When I started this project with the Forgotten Children, I used to send containers, clothes, medical supplies, food, you name it. But that was just a Band-Aid, because when I leave, those kids are going to be out on the streets again. So I came up with the idea to do the boarding school, and here we are. Last night, before I left, I'm up to 95 children in that school. 95, where they have a place to live, security, and an education. Something that nobody's going to take away from them. And that's what we're trying to do with this grant. So year one, it's going to be a 10-month program. We're going to provide resources for hands-on vocational training for 40 students with specialized curriculum, trained instructions, and equipment. Sewing is what we decided to use. So we're going to provide them with all the skills. We're going to buy the machines. We're going to put it at the venue. And they're going to learn everything about sewing so that once they're done, they can have their own. They can start their own business. They can make so many things where they don't have to, ask for help anymore. And we're also going to provide access to, core math, literacy, and all that good stuff, because it's one thing to teach them how to do all of that, and then at the end, they don't know how to run their business. So how are we going to be supporting them? And like Jim said, a program in Mexico that after 15 years now it's lasting, this is going to last for 30 plus years. I can guarantee you that. Year 2, it's going to be an 8-month. So that's when we're going to provide professional and vocational field training. So we've already partnered with businesses in there. Once they're done, with all the curriculum, then they're going to go and do the apprenticeship and work with the businesses and get the training that they need over there. And with the local businesses that we have in there. So that's going to be year 2, and that's going to be about 8 months that we, year 1 actually. In year 2, in the last 2 months, then we're going to assist them in vocational counseling and job placement. That's very important because, like I said, we're just going to provide them the curriculum and let them go. We're going to help them and get it to the finish line. The outreach. Every 6 months, we're going to provide highly career options. We're going to do the apprenticeships with businesses, job fair for local businesses, and career counseling for communities. So that is so important because to me, training and helping them have the knowledge that they need is going to be key to the success. We're going to be providing them classes in financials and commercial literacy as well, exposure to job training, and again, career counseling. I always focus on that because training and the counseling is so important for this program to work. The beneficiaries. Just look at the numbers. This program will help over 1,200 over 2 years. The students, the families, the businesses that we're going to help in there. If you count all of that, you can see the difference it's going to make. Huge. An opportunity that they couldn't get anywhere else. And Rotary is able to provide that. So, talked about the Rotary in West Africa, the Dakar Millennium. They definitely ready. I met with their president, and they are excited, and they promised me that they're going to do whatever it takes to make sure that this program is successful. And I have no doubt in my mind that's going to happen. But you can see 10 countries, 81 Rotary clubs. It's huge. What we do matters. You're here for a reason. The local community support, I definitely got in touch with the mayor. He's on board. The Chamber of Commerce, same thing. The area schools and universities, talk to them, and the consultant that we're working with. And of course, the Forgotten Children, the complex we have in there. As you can see, the name El Haj Musandoy, I decided to name the school after my dad because he saw the beginning but didn't get a chance to see the final product. So he passed away 3 years ago, so we decided to name the school after him. Bottom line, model the embedding of sustainable vocational training into existing schools and orphanage. Provide 40 students with instructions, apprenticeships, and job counseling. Involve the local businesses. Respond to the vision. And that's huge. It's meaningful. They need it. It's one thing when people tell you, oh yeah, it would be nice to have this. But they need this, and desperately. The long term for the goal, model for the future. You can see that stats in there. 73 million young people in Africa are jobless. So we have a duty to renew that. And it starts with us right here, right now, and this global grant that we're going to be working on and making sure that it happens. Here's the total budget, $165,000. So far, we've raised $150,000. We only got $14,000 to go. We are close. We've raised $73,000 in DDF, $58,000 with the 80% from World Fund, $19,000 in cash donations, minus the 5% of course that they charge. So again, $150,000 has been raised. We are so close. And you can see the expense categories that we're going to be using the money for, between equipment, supplies, training, and project management. So we are very close, very close. So I'm gonna finish it so we can have room for some questions. Want to say Jërëjëf, which is Wolof, that's my native tongue. I want to say merci in French, gracias in Spanish, and thank you for everything that you're doing. El Presidente, we have time for questions? All right. There you go.
I got one right here, sir.
Hey, congratulations on all this. When you talk about it on the third year about getting them jobs, and so the third sec, so do you have local companies that are in hiring that are involved in this?
Absolutely. We got local companies, businesses that have already been lined up, and they're going to be helping with that. But we also talked about microfinancing that we'll be able to provide. Rotary does have that, and we're going to be looking into that, and Barbara is going to be helping with that as well. So we're looking at all the options so that when they're done, absolutely we can provide that for
And
them.
one last thing, when is the next time you're having one of your really fun fundraisers where you play in?
Absolutely. So every October we're gonna have a fundraiser. So we're gonna be setting up a date for this October. That's the annual fundraiser that we do. But also every December I take people with me. So if you're interested to go see the project, see the kids, see the community, from December 13th to the 23rd, we'll be making a group trip. And I think Brittany here is already interested in going. I think Jim is looking into that as well. So we'll see. If you're interested, just let me know.
Nancy.
Yes, Nancy.
So what advantages and inspirations did you have to start this that the other people in the community didn't have?
That's a great question. Born and raised in Senegal, at the age of 20, I packed my backpack with $600 and I got to New York and I'm like, holy shit. Made the biggest mistake in my life. But hindsight, I think that's the best decision that I've ever made. But I grew up with the kids. They used to come home, we'll give them food, clothes, and all that good stuff, but then they leave. I went back, and it was 5 o'clock in the morning. I came back from the club with my brother, and the sun was coming up, and I saw 5 of the 3 children chasing something, and it was a rat. And that was going to be breakfast for them. So I stood in there and I cried and I threw up, and I told my brother that I said, something needs to be done. I don't know what, but I need to do something. Came back and came up with the idea with to do the Forgotten Children, and that was to help them with the basics. But again, like I said, it was just a Band-Aid for me. It was great, but needed to do something else. So I started first with a small shelter and then came up with the idea to do the boarding school because education saved me. And I think that's going to be the way out for them. And that's how it all started. And here we go. Yeah.
Thank you, Elijah, for all the positive that you bring
Thank you so much.
to our community and elsewhere around the world. We appreciate it. Thank you.
And that's after flying back from Africa last night. I mean, just imagine if he got 8 hours of sleep. I know Jim did, and he went way over the time he told me he was going to do. Well, he did tell me that he's a past president, and so he gets to do what he wants. Now for the book. We do have a book here for you to sign, El. It's called A is for Africa. This will go into our Make Way for Books library as we continue to encourage literacy in Tucson. We usually clap for the book. I don't know what's going on. Gee whiz. We ready for some club business? We got some birthday boys over here. We want to celebrate them. Okay, we got to stay on track because we want to hear from Kairu later, right? Yes. First, we have Casper. Is it Cav? It's Cav, right? I thought it was Cavaleris. Dan threw me off and said Cav. Casper Cavaleris, I forgive you, Dan. His birthday is May 23rd. Joined our club January 16th, 2025. He's in advertising and public relations, film production. He went to the American Academy of Art. Something you may not know about Casper. He recently acquired a 52-year-old production company here in Tucson called Film Creations, founded by longtime Rotary member Rick Rose. He is honored to carry on what Rick built, and even more excited that he will be working together with Rick through this next chapter. Casper?
Thank you. It's been kind of a surreal year. I'm about 1 year away from half century on this planet, so that's its own thing. And then you can't. Okay, is that better? I gotta actually okay, make contact with the. It's been a surreal year. I'm a year away from 50 years on this planet, so that's its own thing. And then And then, as he mentioned, I just acquired a film company that is older than I am. My 10-year-old self watching movies would never have guessed that one of the movies I was watching up there would ultimately be in the slate of the company that I now own. So that's kind of a cool thing. I'm sure most of you or all of you know Rick Rose. Happy to continue working with him as head of production, and his wisdom and his experience is going to create great continuity for what we're building. And of course, this couldn't have happened without Rotary. I was introduced to Rick at one of the lunches, and we made a connection, and it all went from there. So I'd like to it's hard. I'd like to. That's a $99 donation, my age plus a little extra gratitude to the EREY fund. Thank you.
Thank you, Casper. Thank you for the donation, too. Next, we have Gary Hirsch. His birthday was on June 6th. Joined our club July 23rd, 2008. Consulting, business services. He's the CEO at the Leaders Edge Coaching Consulting, and he went to the Evergreen State College. I did, too, in case you're wondering. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. Something you may not know about Gary, he spent 3 years playing keyboards in a country rock band in Washington State. Gary?
Thanks, Curtis. So, as Jim was finishing up his description of the project, 4 words he used. We should be proud. Man, we should be damn proud. You know, this club is like a hotbed of generosity and compassion and commitment, and we should be damn proud. I've made a donation to Polio Plus in support of Charlotte Harris's indoor ride. And for all of you who've contributed or ridden or donated, thank you for your support.
Thank you, Gary. Well said. Next, we have Dan Asia. His birthday will be on June 27th. He joined our club September 5th, 2024. Community and Social Services, Arts and Culture, Center for American Culture and Ideas. He went to Hampshire College and Yale School of Music. Something you may not know about Dan, he loved, that's past tense, he loved the Beatles as a kid. And he still loves them and thinks they are the best pop group in terms of their songwriting and presentation. Dan?
Time precisely for 1 minute. With the addition, I got this from my the guy who brought me here, Mitch Pisak. Here's the article I'm supposed to read. Orchestration is all about sex. Don't argue with me, argue with Mitch, please. I will always endeavor to build goodwill and understanding in my community, among many countrymen and among peoples of all nations. I am a Rotarian. I will always seek to promote the greatest good for the greatest number of people in the spirit of Rotary service. That should sound familiar, but I checked it out today. So what is good or goodness? For the ancients, goodness meant doing good deeds, maybe something like the 10 Commandments. It was also always allied with truth and beauty. I, as a composer, work in the last sphere, beauty. Truth a little bit too. We Americans leave this for last, as an ancillary to time left over, generally after doing business. I would ask that you consider that after making sure that our compatriots, particularly our children, are healthy and educated, that we leave time and money to take care of their souls. And that is what beauty, music, art, and dance does. It shows this human spirit at its very best. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Just a little advice. I would never read a text message from Mitch from the microphone. Sorry, Mitch. Just messing with you. He's never sent me anything inappropriate, just to be clear. Just one message. Next, I want to invite up, who's already here, staring me down, John Wong joined our club February 1st, 1983, medical and healthcare orthopedic, Tucson. It's going to be a great day. Tucson Orthopedic Institute, and he went to Princeton University. John.
Thank you, President Curtis. And Jim, thank you for your description of the projects that we've done internationally. One you left out. We did a major project in Puerto Vallarta. Who went? Who went to Puerto Vallarta? How many of you?
You got a time limit, John. Let's go.
I'm a past president. How many went to Puerto Vallarta? A whole bunch of members of this club took a whole bunch of wheelchairs down to Puerto Vallarta, and it was over 20 years ago. Anyway, it's my pleasure today to introduce to you a new member, Judge Charles Sabalos.
Microphone, John.
Judge Charles Sabalos, who prefers to be called Chuck. Chuck grew up here in Tucson, graduating from Rincon High School and University of Arizona, and then University of Arizona Law School. He was engaged in the private practice of law for 12 years, then served in county attorney's office, and was prosecutor in Dennis DeConcini's narcotics strike force. After that, he became a federal prosecutor in the U.S. Attorney's Office, where he earned the U.S. Department of Justice Special Achievement Award. At age 42, after navigating through multiple professional and political obstacles and screenings, he was appointed as a Pima County Superior Court judge. There, in his career, he presided over more than 6,000 criminal, civil, and juvenile cases. These included 12 to 15 first-degree murder trials. After 19 years of successes and stresses presiding on the bench, he decided to retire. He is grateful for his Greek heritage. He is the proud father of an adult daughter and is the fortunate husband of Jan Kearney, who is also a retired Pima County Superior Court judge. Chuck is yet another shining example of success in athletics, despite being vertically challenged as some others of us you may know. He has been actively engaged in sports all his life, and until the age of 72 was still participating in organized adult baseball. Currently, he continues as a physical fitness enthusiast and enjoys target shooting using his favorite handguns. Be careful. In our community, he has supported local charities, and in Rotary, he has been a perpetual motion machine of service in club and community. He has been a member of this club only since February 20th of this year, just 15 weeks, and already he has served as follows. He has been a meeting greeter here 8 times. He's sold more than 200 car show tickets at multiple events. He's worked on road cleanup with Leo Litsky. He's assembled packages at the food bank. He's been a host himself for home hospitality. He went to Mount Lemmon to prepare Camp Lawton. He successfully completed all of the requirements of STAR program except for pledge and song, which he just did today. It's coming. It's coming. And he attended the remarkable Rotary Awards event at Mountain Oyster Club, where he was attired in a tuxedo after being challenged to do so by a club past president. I'm happy to present Chuck Sabalos. Here he is in person, and there he is on the screen. Yes, unaccustomed as you are to public speaking.
My thanks to Dr. John Wong for sponsoring me, for Leo Litsky for mentoring me, and for you, the Tucson Rotary Club, for giving me the opportunity to participate with you in doing good things for others. And I thank you.
Adequate. Thank you, past President John, for only going double your time allotted. Now it's time for Paul Harris' presentation, so I'm going to welcome up Joe Danishevsky.
I like the sound of that, you know? That was neat. The mission of the Rotary Foundation is to help Rotary members advance world understanding, goodwill, and peace by improving health, providing quality education, improving the environment, and alleviating poverty. This is done through humanitarian, educational, and disaster grants and a long-standing commitment to polio. For example, in 1985, polio affected 350,000 children in over 125 countries. This year, we have had 13 cases have been reported to date in Afghanistan and Pakistan, the two remaining endemic countries. Today we honor our fellow Rotarian George Larson with his Paul Harris Fellow +2. He is wearing his new pin. Nice. A 16-year member of our club, George was born in Chicago. After service in the Army, he received his MBA from Arizona State University and moved to Tucson in 1970. George is the co-owner and broker of Larson Baker LLC, a commercial real estate investment development company. He is an emeritus instructor with the CCIM Institute of Commercial Real Estate. George is involved with a number of other community organizations, including the DM50 and Angel Charity. When asked about his hobbies, he replies, "I'm old, and so are the cars I like." I play tennis barely. He is most proud of his family in guiding his company in the acquisition and development of a portfolio of 4,400 square feet of commercial real estate, all in southern Arizona. And what would surprise people to know about him, he shares that in the 70s, he was the first American to teach a commercial real estate course at the university in China. His best Rotary moment was practicing his NASCAR racing moves in our courtesy golf carts at our car show. When asked why he supports Rotary International, George states, "It is because Rotary International provides the most direct and effective way to help address the challenges of those who are less fortunate. I am proud that Rotary International takes the lead in doing good deeds." Please join me in thanking George for his support of Rotary International programs and congratulate him on his Paul Harris Fellows. Thank you all.
We need a picture.
George, we need to get a picture.
Picture. We need a picture. That's right. Smile like we're having fun. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, George. Mr. Dodge, do we have a quick raffle?
Yes, but first I wanted to tell you a pretty long story that I figured today is a good day for it. Are you good with that, right, Curtis?
Next it says fines.
All right, we're almost down to like half the deck. We have like 28 cards, I think, right now. I'm going to have Eli pick a card to see if we pick the King of Clubs. It is right there. You see it? You can confirm that there is a King of Clubs. I'm going to shuffle it in. Here we go.
He's been taking magic lessons. Watch close.
Oh, I could palm it, but I'm not. I'm an honest guy. Not that one. That's a good one. Oh, not which one? That one. Okay. All right.
Not that one. What's going on here?
The number is 262835. Do we have a winner?
Nice.
Happy birthday!
Nice Nice job. Well done. Well done.
So for your birthday, you get the Jack of Spades.
Sweet.
Hey, wait, and more. And $72. There you go.
Nice job.
Congratulations.
I'm proud of you, Casper.
All right, so now
Well
for
done.
my story. No, just kidding.
I think it's time for announcements. Announcements are emailed out. I know everyone reads their email. Also, they are on your tables, and they're up there on the screen. So make sure you're paying attention so you can get involved as much as you want to get involved. Next. There we go. Got Red Badge member selfie pictures. We got Chuck. Is that with Ralph Phillips? And that wasn't even at Rotary. Working out somewhere. And we also have Dan Calm with Leo Litsky and Luis Hernandez there. In the next slide, we have Dave White and Dre Williams and Jonathan Walkup with Jake. And Jake's in the room. I saw Jake earlier. Remember, asking to take pictures with Red Badge members. It doesn't have to be at a meeting. It could be when you're working out. Right, Ralph? Right? Yes. Also, where's Wilbur? And I mean that in multiple ways. One, he was at the Grand Canyon with Carrie Gilchrist. Very cool. Number two, where is Wilbur? If you have a Wilbur, you know who you are. You have not returned Wilbur. Please return Wilbur. In 2 weeks, it's going to be what we've all been waiting for. Reluctantly, I will be having a change of administration. And a section of the meeting, it's going to be Chris Dodge and Brittany Battle doing what they want, which makes me nervous, but I trust you. You're honest. Also, who here read, and the COA is going to be 2 weeks, same bat time, same bat channel. For those of you that are a little bit older and haven't watched that show, or younger, it's going to be right here at noon. It's going to be a good time. Everyone read their newsletter they got from District 5500 about Rotary Foundation? Anybody? Bueller? I did. And you know what I like to do? I like to win. And you know what we're not doing right now? We as a club are not winning. We are overwhelmingly, not even close, the largest club here in Tucson. And we are currently in 4th place in the amount of money we've donated for the annual fund drive, every Rotarian every year. 4th place. You know what 4th place is? That's 3rd loser. We do not want to be 1st, 2nd, or 3rd loser. We want to be 1st place. Secondly, we're in 36th place for the amount given per capita. So today I got online and donated another $100. And I would encourage anybody who has a little extra to get online and donate a little extra so we don't have to be in 4th or 36th place. Good? And Casper already did it. Way to go. Thank you, Casper. Next. Wait, let's clap. Let's go ahead. Good job. Well done. Next, I would like to welcome up Kate Calhoun, who's going to talk quickly about parking. And this is about those of you who can't stay within the lines. No, just kidding. It's not.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. This is my other boss when I'm teaching group fitness over at the YMCA. But welcome to Tucson. I hope, Convention Center. I hope you've enjoyed lunch. We have evolved. We've actually gone digital with our parking. We're very excited about that. For those of you that might have a hard time with it, I'm sorry, we're ripping the Band-Aid off and I'm trying, Michael Guyman. I'm trying to make sure that everybody is aware and you're comfortable with the parking. So as you saw, I was out there collecting license plates. So your vehicle will be recognized by your plate when you drive into the facility. You can drive into the facility if you've already given me your license plate, and that will be good for a year. For Wednesdays between 10:30 and 2 o'clock, you do not have to worry about registering. If you are bringing a guest, please have your guest stop by our guest services office, which is the office as you to your left as you're walking into the facility, and just have them register their license plate with our guest services office. I'm happy to take comments, concerns, and any issues you might have. So thank you, and I hope you enjoyed lunch.
Thank you, Kate. And next, Dot Kret for an announcement. And Kate teaches, nice job, Jen. Kate teaches for the YMCA, in case you're wondering. It's another plug for the Y, sorry.
this past Saturday was the installation of Bruce Monroe as district governor. One of the most exciting parts about that, though, was the award presentations. And I'm very pleased to let you guys know that there were 2 members of our club who were recognized with awards. So one of them, that's up too early, so don't look yet. But on the district level, we have a certificate, and I would like to present, because this is the nomination came from Rick Rose, and the nomination says, in over 30 years with the Rotary Club of Tucson, few membership efforts have been as effective or as entertaining as Matt Blair's creative approach. Donning a Kentucky Derby official's outfit and leading with a kazoo, Matt brought humor and energy to the task of recruiting new members. His unique blend of fun and organization not only captured attention, but also inspired participation, making membership growth one of the club's most memorable successes. So, Mr. Blair, please come up. Because not only does he get this really lovely certificate, which says Rotary District 500 presents this totally awesome certificate to Matt Blair, but he also gets an even totally significant trophy also. Nice. So Matt, I know it's heavy. So Matt is our trophy member. Nice. All right, there we go. Secondly, however, on an international level, one of our members got an International Service Award in honor of his efforts for a polio-free world. The plaque says, in recognition of significant active personal service towards this goal of polio eradication. So to quote Jim Lubinsky, we should all be very proud. To quote Gary, what'd you say? There you go. We should be damn proud. So at this moment, we should all be damn proud of Gary Hirsch. He also, yes, thank you. So, there you go. So Gary deserves that standing O for winning the award, but he deserves another one because he dedicated that award to Mike Harris. So thank you for that. Gary Hirsch.
I got to stop sitting up here. Yeah, I mean, I was pleased to accept the award, but it's not just for me. It really is for me and for Mike and for Daryl, wherever you are, in Charlotte, and everyone who's donated and ridden. I mean, I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and I was voluntold that this was my new project about 15 years ago, and it's turned into one of the greatest gifts of my life, so thank you.
Roger Harwell. Car Show Minute. Go.
Quick Car Show Minute. I thought I would just take a minute and express gratitude and appreciation for the amazing members that serve here on our Car Show Committee and the Executive Committee under Dave White, Car Show Chair, and all the folks who serve as members of the Tactical Leadership Team who spend countless hours year-round working on the car show. And there's one individual I don't think has ever gotten any real credit, and that is Peter Bayan. I thought I saw him here recently. Where's Peter? There he is, he's right here.
Literally right next to you.
Literally right here. He was facing the wrong other way. Anyway, imagine doing the accounting for the car show for essentially the entire history of the show by himself in his spare time. This is a guy who has not been recognized, and we need to express our deepest gratitude to Peter for his longtime service as treasurer of the car show. Has done all the accounting, written all the checks, done all the QuickBooks, and he's quite an asset to this club, and we thank you, Peter. And Jeannie tells me that we have sold so far about 3,200 tickets, which is about where we were last year. If you don't have your ticket packet yet, come see me. I've got them right here. You need to have a packet of tickets. People will be begging you soon to buy those tickets to get a chance to win the car and come to the car show. Thank you very much.
I think to be a member of the club, I'm going to have a required training of what 60 seconds feels like for all new members, past presidents, current members. And I'm going to welcome up Jeannie Zita, and you're going to get your full 5 minutes, which means we're going to go over. But I promised you full 5 minutes, so here we go.
We'll talk fast. Well, first of all, I just want to say that on your tables are sheets of paper about recruiting students for the 2026-27 school year, because a couple years ago when we had a chance, Gary Hirsch recruited Amity, and she wanted to go to Japan, which meant we would be hosting an exchange student from Japan. We were very, very lucky. We got the jackpot. Kaoru Amano became our exchange student. He arrived July 20th. Come on up here, Kaoru. And I just want to also say thank you and have stand. First of all, I'll do by families, Julian Isak and Mateo Pimienta. If you'd stand, they were his first host family with Mickey, meeting him at the airport. After that, he went, thank you. After that, he went to the Pickerings family and had a wonderful time there as well, if you would stand. Thank you very much. And then he actually went back to Pimientos for a little bit and then came to the Gonzalez's family, and we're very fortunate. Thank you. Would you stand up? Thank you. We have some Rotary flags. Caro brought one from the Takahama Rotary Club.
You should get this picture.
This would be a good one. And our exchange students always get to exchange flags, and so he gets to go home with ours to always remember us. I also have a gift for him from our club. And anyway, I think you're going to be delighted to hear he has it down to 5 minutes. Here we go. Takaru Amano from Japan. Can we show him how to do the clicker to go to the next one? There. Oh. All right. It's all yours.
All
good. Okay. If you want to take it off and hold it back.
I'm Kaoru Amano. I'm from Japan. So today I would like to share my exchange year in United States. I would like to talk about 4 topics. First, about school. Second, about host family. Third, about the 3 things I'll miss the most. Fourth, about Rotary. I went to Sabine High School. It was great school. This is a picture of soccer team. It was first time to playing soccer on team, and first time to playing with the first time playing with team sports. This is a picture of tennis when we won first round of state championship. This is a picture of my favorite class. And next is host family. This is a picture taken with my first host family. So I remember when I came here, I didn't even know how to order food at restaurant. So my English is still not good, but it was like that bad. So, but my first host mother is Japanese, so they helped me a lot. Thank you so much. And this is a picture taken with second host family. My favorite time with this family is playing sequence with Chase. Yeah, I'm better than him. And they have cute dogs. I miss them a lot. This is a picture taken with third host family. My favorite time with this family is playing tennis with David and watching movie with Aubrey. And next is the 3 things I'll miss the most. Great friends. I feel like it's easier to make friends here than in Japan, because Japanese people sometimes so shy, so it's hard to become a friend. So I like US about it. Great friends. And next is food. So My favorite restaurant is Chipotle, and drink is Arizona tea. But we don't have these restaurants in Japan, so I'm thinking about somehow franchising them in Japan in the future. And next is sports. I don't think I have opportunity to play these sports after I come back. So, and especially pickleball. I played pickleball with David, host brother, like almost every day this past week. So I'm so sad about it. And next is Rotary. Oh. This is a picture of volunteering. This is a picture of El Tour de Tucson. It was so hard. And this is a picture of Lyra. I miss my friends. This is a picture of winter conference with exchange students from around the world. I think in Tulsa. And I'm so happy Ginny took us on trip to north of Arizona. And my favorite place is Antelope Canyon. It was so cool. And in the end, I'm so grateful that I was able to come to Tucson. And I'm so happy about my host club is this club. And thank you for giving me a wonderful experience and opportunity. Thank you so much for this wonderful year. Thank you.
You're all good.
Thank you.
Well done. Very well done. Thank you so much. We're so glad we got you. Sorry about the In-N-Out and the Chipotle. It doesn't ship well, so we can't do that. And sincere thank you to the host families. It is always a little bit scary to do that. Inviting someone to your home, you never know what you're going to get. Well, it goes that way with kids, too. But this is different. We've hosted multiple exchange students. It is the most rewarding experience ever. So thank you so much for doing that. And we are looking for an outgoing students for next year. So if you know some high school, whether it's grandkids, kids, friends, that would love to have an international experience, Rotary does an incredible job with their exchange program. Encourage you to reach out to Jeannie or reach out to me. And Thomas Robertson, too. Not just Jeannie. That means she doesn't want all the emails. Just Thomas now. Because we want to make sure we give someone that opportunity to go out to another country. Thank you all for being here today. I apologize that we went over. It was John Wong and Jim Lubinsky's fault. And please donate to the scholarship cups, the U of A from Pima Community College scholarships that we support every single year. Thank you, Elle, for the update on the presentation, Senegal. Thank you, Jim, for making it down to Nogales. I'm so glad they let you back in. It's shocking. Happy birthday, Casper, Gary, and Dan. Welcome to the club, Chuck. Chuck's over there. Congrats, Gary and Matt, on your awards. And next week, we have a lunch meeting here. We're going to have Daniel Laubitz, PhD, who will be discussing the next generation sequencing, a comprehensive genetic testing approach. That sounds fascinating. And to toast and adjourn, make it a good one, Jeff.
Oh, yeah. Okay, are you all ready for this one? May your inbox be light, your coffee strong, and your team only mildly dysfunctional. Cheers.
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 That's hilarious.
I know, right?
Do you want a half? I mean, you went through all of that. You sure? Okay. I would have preferred done this in the parking lot, but
I got to enjoy the feeling of it.
The feeling?
I never win raffles or anything.